Procedure text. The social function of a procedure text is to describe how something is accomplished through a series of actions. Untuk mendeskripsikan bagaimana sesuatu dilakukan melalui serangkaian perbuatan. Generic structure atau susunan umum dari procedure text. First, goal or purpose. Tujuan. Second, steps atau langkah-langkah. A series of steps oriented to achieving the goal. Serangkaian langkah yang berorientasi untuk mencapai tujuan. Language features atau ciri-ciri kebahasaan. Terdiri atas temporal conjunctive markers atau kata hubung seperti first, second, third, last, and then finally. The use of imperative sentences atau kalimat perintah. Example, first, move the victim into a shady place. Then place him in a half-sitting position. This is an example of a procedure text. How to use the dictionary. First, open the page indicating the first and then the following letters of the term. Perhatikan kata kerja open. Second, scan entry words on the page until you find the term. Perhatikan kata kerja scan. Third, if a term is not indicated in the entry word, find it at the entry word related to it. Pay attention to the verb find. If there is more than one entry of the term, read the definitions and examples of the term. Pay attention to the verb read. Fifth, choose the most suitable definition based on its context and distribution. Pay attention to the verb choose. Finally, determine the most appropriate meaning of the term. Pay attention to the verb determine. Read the text on page 63 to 64. Pause the video to read it. How many steps are there on the text? First, write today's date in the top right-hand corner where you see the line. Second, write cash after the word pay. Third, write the amount of money you want in letters. Fourth, write only at the end of the words. Fifth, write the amount of money in numbers. The last thing you have to do is write your signature. Open your book on page 73 and let's listen to Raja reading the text.
This is how you can set about making a bottle garden. You can buy bottle gardens in shops, of course, but it's much more fun to make your own. To start with, you need a large bottle. Big jars you can use for winemaking, or goldfish bowls are ideal examples. The bowl does have to let in light, so green glass isn't suitable. After that, the next stage is to make sure that the water produced by the plants can drain away. So you need to put some lumps of charcoal in the bottom of the bottle to let the water escape and keep the garden sweet. Then, you pour some fine soil into the bottle. You can get really fine soil in special mixtures from gardening shops if you want to save yourself some trouble. Then you put in your plants. Here's your chance to grow colorful subtropical plants which won't survive outdoors during winter. Well, you might wonder how you get the plants into the bottle. In fact, you can do this quite easily by fixing an ordinary fork and spoon to long sticks and using this to lower the plants into position in the bottle. So you are, as it were, working at arm's length. Then cover up the roots and trim down the soil. Usually you put tall plants in the middle and small plants around the side. But if you're only going to view the garden from one side, then make a slope and put your tallest plant at the back. Finally, when you've got all the plants in position, give them some water, and that's the only time you ever need to do it.
Thank you, Raja. Sekarang kita lihat ada berapa langkah. The first step ditandai dengan transisi to start with. You need a large bottle. The second step ditandai dengan transisi after that. Put some lumps of charcoal. The third step ditandai dengan kata then. Pour some fine soil into the bottle. The fourth step ditandai dengan then. Put in your plants. The fifth step ditandai dengan kata then. Cover up the roots and firm down the soil. The last step ditandai dengan kata finally. Give them some water. Thank you for watching.